Hey guys, welcome back to Pots, Pans, and Priscilla. Today I am going to be making a recipe that you guys have requested over and over. Come along as I make my homemade salsa. Let's get cooking. Go ahead and get your notepad out because these are the ingredients you're going to need. We're starting off with tomatoes on the vine, red onion, a lime, salt and pepper, jalapeno, minced garlic, cilantro, parsley, fire roasted tomatoes, and cumin. First up, I'm going to go rinse my tomatoes. I'm going to use 2 vine ripe tomatoes for this recipe. Because you're throwing these in a food processor, that's how I'm doing it. You could obviously, cut it by hand, but if you have a food processor, it's going to make life way easier. So I'm just kind of doing a rough chop on all of my vegetables and throwing it right in. You're also going to notice I have a recipe with ingredients down in the comments section. So you're welcome. I know you guys are excited about that. Going to work. Okay, so I'm going to trim or cut this in half, trim off the end. And what I mean is, this is the recipe. You're going to have the ingredients listed, which I know it has been requested a lot. So you're welcome. It's like I'm doing this like for real now. Okay, so make sure you get all that skin off. You don't want all that in your salsa. And again, just rough chopping. It doesn't have to be pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to do it a little bit smaller just because I noticed the red onion doesn't cut up as easy as the tomato. And we'll just put it around like so. Now we're going to go drain these tomatoes. You don't want too much liquid in your salsa. So we'll just throw those in there. You have to make sure you get the fire roasted. Unless you want to start roasting tomatoes, then you do that and let me know how that goes for you. But this is considered more of a restaurant style because it is thinner, not as chunky. That's how my family likes it. And so that's what we do around here. All right, next up we have about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. We're just going to throw that right in there. I'm also going to, did you see that trick? I'm also going to do my lime. Everybody knows the trick. You want to get most juice out of it. You just kind of roll it on your cutting board. We're going to cut it in half. Now, you can use your hand, but I have a fancy lime juicer, so we're going to use that. We're going to squeeze it right into our processor. So good. If you have a garbage disposal, put this down there and it'll make it smell so good. Now I'm going to take my parsley and cilantro and we're going to go rinse it off. So my accurate measurement for this is wrap your 2 fingers around it. Like, see? I'm going to just do like chop off the ends and we're throwing it right in there. So I don't know how much it is, but you can kind of, again, this is one of those things you can play with the flavors because a lot of people don't like cilantro. Comment down below. Does it taste like soap to you? Did you know that's a thing? Did you know that's a thing? So let me know if you like cilantro and parsley. This is your measurement. Okay? You got the visual? 1/2 cup stuffed. You know, you get what you pay for. That's all I'm going to say. So here you go. 1/2 cup. That's what we're going with. You don't want all your stems though, okay? You want to kind of like do like a little rough thing and just throw it in there. like so. I was thinking about like when I started making salsa, because I haven't always made my own salsa. I used to just buy it at the store. And then all of a sudden one day I'm like, I feel like I need to go make my own salsa. And I feel like, I don't know if it was Ace's mom. I don't remember who got me on this kick, but now I hardly ever buy salsa. We are having a like Mexican themed dinner tonight, and I'm super excited because I like to make this a little bit ahead of time, so that way all those flavors get together and they get all happy, as my father would say. And so the longer you let it kind of sit and marinate together, the better it tastes. And we like to we keep mason jars around here for everything. I don't can things, but I will put my salsa in a mason jar. And this is Summer, if you follow our family, this is her favorite like thing probably that I make is salsa. So I always make extra so I can give it to her as well. My last wet ingredient is going to be chopped up jalapeno. Now again, you could use fresh if you want. They're going to be a little more potent, so I would be cautious with that. This is about 2 tablespoons. This is going to be whatever you like to do with your family. Like if you like it spicier, do more. Less spicy, do less. Or you could just not do it at all, but we like a little bit of spice. So we're going to just pour that right in there. And then come the seasonings. So, cumin, you're gonna measure with your heart, y'all. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna do taste tests along the way. We have our salt and pepper, just regular black pepper and regular salt. So for the salt and pepper, you do about 2 heavy pinches for each, okay? Here we go. Here's the fun part. You do a little dance. If it was in the evening, you could have a margarita. So see how it's looking. Take your lid off. Oh my gosh. Get a little spatula and get all the goodness off the side. We're going to do a little bit more, then we'll taste. So when we taste test, we have 2 options, but I don't want to do the hint of lime because then it's going to mess up my palate and I'm not going to know the actual flavor of the salsa. So we're just going to do the plain old Tostitos. Not sponsored, but they're pretty good chips. This is where the cameraman comes in. I have to taste it too because I cooked it or whatever.
Lime?
Nope.
What were you gonna say?
Cumin.
It needs cumin, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you just take your cumin, and go to town. Let's mix it up. A food processor does something to my heart. Like, it just makes me happy. I don't use it all the time, but I'm gonna try again. Oh, buddy.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah,
It's so good.
that's good.
I'm gonna be real and raw with y'all. I just made salsa a few weeks ago. It was the worst salsa I've ever had. Do you know why? This was the culprit. It was so strong. Do you remember? It's still sitting in the fridge in jars. You have to check your onions. If it's too strong, like if it's making you water, your eyes water like really bad, and it has a really strong flavor and like a scent, don't use that red onion. I know we call these red onions, they're technically purple. So make sure your red onion is good. But there you go. Now we're gonna pour it into our cute little salsa dish. Can you guys read that? Nacho ordinary salsa with a cute little matching spoon. If you don't have these dishes, go get them. Maybe I can find a link and I'll drop it down below, but you have to have like a cute little dish. I have guacamole ones too. I have a spoon that says holy guacamole. Okay, so there you go. Homemade salsa, super easy, very fast to make. If you're like in a pinch and you need to take something to a party, this is a great option. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Thanks for making my salsa with me. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.